And there we are. Hey guys, we're in episode 45 at the moment, it seems, as the party has. Well, I'm not the one who does the recap. Let's allow somebody else to do it. Who wants to do it this week for Extra Hero Point?
All right, I'm ready for it then.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that was finally the day of the Midnight Joust, also known as the Drunken Joust for reasons. And Yaz was ready for action. Ganymede, the bard from Pitax, admitted that she had nothing against our kingdom when she was slandering us, and was only really doing it at the behest of King Iraveti. She recommended we investigate a place called the Whiterose Chapel, more on that later, an abandoned chapel to Cade and Kalian. Apparently a place that holds interest to King Iraveti of Pitax. Gaz was required to consume 3 drinks before this joust. So he and the others met with 2 of the other competitors. Uh, an orc who had been disqualified from the archery tournament and a writer from Daggermark named Christelle. And I'm not really sure how important they are, but basically they had some lively banter over who could handle the drinks, and um, Gaz was given an antidote from Yarmosir to ease up on his drunkenness symptoms a little bit, which we're not really sure helped a whole lot because Villamor Koth, the juggernaut from Pitax, challenged Gaz to drink 2 of these drinks at once. Both of them felt the effects of that pretty hard. Um, Night fell, and the joust finally began. Gaz was unable to determine which horse was wearing the modified horseshoes he created, so we players were all watching this like, what's going to happen? So the first match ended before it started, where Christelle from Daggermark failed to even get on his horse. That was pretty funny. A woman named Chantel Arena won by default. Gaz took part in the second match against the Orc and came out victorious, but it was a pretty close one. A theme that we're going to be seeing a lot in this recap. The third was Gaz versus Chantel. She was a much stronger competitor in general, however, Gaz managed to outlast her through sheer endurance and stubbornness. Finally, Gaz faced down Villamor Koth himself, who was attempting to actually harm Gaz rather than knocking him off his horse. However, Gaz was able to knock him off, since he was focusing on his job, and won the joust. This broke the tie, and our kingdom won 8,000 gold and a wand of planar palace, which some of us are really happy about. Um, we purchased some really expensive goods, including some magical boots and a glaive sacred to Shellan worshippers. So Ganymede the Bard revealed the exact location of the Whiterose Chapel, so we headed straight there. It looked kind of like a staged environment. Far too many footprints, barrels and alchemy tables set up made to look like poison making was happening, but there were signs that it was all staged. We explored the chapel, first the upstairs where we learned that there was a librarian who'd withheld a book of occult astrology from the gardener, and the basement where we found intact bottles of wine. Well, some of them were intact. And in both locations, we put to rest ghosts or remnants otherwise of those who were involved in a terrible murder spree long, long ago. There's more to explore here for sure. There's a whole other building that we haven't checked, and a bell tower without a bell. Surely something here would be of clear significant interest to King Iraveti, and that's where we're picking up.
Alrighty. And, sorry, I heard something there. I was trying to adjust my desk because I still seem to be looking very sleepy. It's whenever I look down at the bottom of my monitor that my character is like closing their eyes because it thinks my eyes are closed. I don't know how to fix that. I wonder if that's been happening often. But either way, anytime you see that, you know what's really happening there. I'm not sleepy. I promise. But yes, with that all being said, and you guys made your way to Whiterose here. You had explored up and down throughout the chapel itself, but not finding all that much of particular note towards your investigation, maybe history of this place. But otherwise, after going downstairs, finding that wine, I would assume you guys would make your way back up, as there was not much left to have a look at down in the kitchens. So, that being said, all meeting in a corridor known as the Narthex, start the session here.
All right. So hopefully we have all that alcohol safely stored away, where it's not going to get shattered.
It's parents' job, isn't it?
Our bags of holding have done us well so far.
Hopefully they stay that way.
Sorry, forgive me. The spacious pouches have done us well.
Ah, yes.
These legally distinct dimensional containers.
So let's take a look outside and see what we're dealing with here.
You remember, or at least recall, that you had found some tracks that made it look like there was a mustering here of, well, people, soldiers perhaps, but you never really found the trail of where they left to, where they went. But you haven't really explored either side of the chapel to the north here, neither the hillside on the east or the building that looks to be a small, like, not really small, large barn of a sort to the west here.
Would you please do us a favor and and remove the tokens that are in the bottom?
Oh yeah.
Thank you.
Oh yeah, that'll be better.
Okay,
I got it.
we're under control again.
that was funny.
Yeah, so basically what was happening is, for anybody who couldn't see that, what was happening is we had 3 tokens of ourselves on this thing at the same time, and trying to move would move all of them, but it would switch our camera around.
Oh, I didn't
cycle the
realize
camera
it did
around
that.
to the next one. It was really weird.
Huh. That out of the way.
Shall we check out this side building over here, everybody?
Perhaps. There's 2 areas of interest that I'm aware of right now. This bell tower and that side building.
Okay.
Let's take a look at this here first.
Yeah. I think that if anyone is gonna be here, it's probably inside the side building and not necessarily the bell tower.
I'm not so sure that anybody's actually here at this time.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
knock
it's
on
more
this
like there's
door.
gonna be more ghosts here.
I just figure as long as we're passing by the bell tower, we might as well get a look at it. See if there's anything out of the ordinary aside from the missing bell.
I heard somebody say they're knocking, Giraffe.
Yes, I am.
Knock on the door, it thunks against your fist, but otherwise, no response.
Oh, well, I guess we can come in. Oh, that's disappointing.
You see pretty much nothing. Nothing beyond the fallen remains of the copper bells that once hung at the top of the tower, and what seems to be a ladder leading up in that direction. Giraffe, as you're stepping in here, you start to hear this ringing. This far-off ringing, as if you were over the hill from a town whose bells were ringing out over the hillsides, far away. Just keeps happening within your ears, this dong, dong, dong.
That's odd. Do I see any bells up there, or is it too far? Or...
You only see the
Oh,
bells
down
at the
here.
bottom.
Why do I hear bells?
Did you
How
hit
long
your
does
head?
an echo? How long does an echo normally last?
Did you hit
Longest
your
I've
head,
heard
Giraffe?
is about 20 seconds. But that's in a really big cave.
It's
Hear
possible
bells.
it's a spiritual echo.
As soon as you step out, Giraffe, you stop hearing it, as it fades into the background. As you step in, you start hearing it again, fading into your sort of, hearing.
Step in there.
Well, that certainly has caught my interest. I think that bears investigating, don't you all
That's
think?
weird.
Yarmasir, as soon as you step in, same thing.
It's
So
definitely
how about that
definitely
ladder?
more.
Keep stepping in. You look at the ladder. Looks pretty sturdy. Leads about 30 feet up to the top, where these bells may have once rung out from.
I'll climb it.
You climb it up to the top. Kiba, roll me a quick perception check. You get up there. You start to see out into the hills around you. There's all the other hills that are more yellowish, more scraggly, scrubby, versus the hill that you're on, which is full of life, blooming emerald green. But Kiba, you notice something else. Not so far away, rather on the little, like, small wooden platform that's up here, barely enough to do maintenance on the bells or ring them from holding on to the ladder here. You notice that there seems to be breadcrumbs, recent ones. Must have been pretty recent, because you imagine some crow or otherwise would have picked these up by now.
Very interesting. Was somebody feeding birds?
But did they know you were gonna come here?
I don't eat off the ground, excuse me.
Well, that sounds like a waste of perfectly good food.
How's the view from up there, Kiba?
The only thing he really notices is the breadcrumbs. Otherwise, the hill that you're on is just a tangle of kudzu and vines and, well, lush plant life.
It's an intriguing view, that's for sure. Nothing particularly noteworthy as far as I can tell, other than the breadcrumbs and the vines that are around the hill.
No
What
ghosts
do we
either,
already know
right?
about them?
Could be a sign that somebody was here keeping watch.
How is the bell sound now that I'm at the top?
Now that you're at the top, it seems to have faded.
So
Yarmasir,
mostly down there at the bottom then.
you continue to hear it. Roll me a perception check, Yarmasir, as you've stood in this lower section listening to these bells for quite a while.
2.
Well, you really don't notice anything else about it. Like there's something going on, something that you could do, but your senses do not direct you in that direction.
I see.
Yeah, it's not ringing up here, so whatever strange spiritual echo is happening here, it's involved at the bottom.
Might the sound be magical, parent?
That's what I'm checking for. Is there any magic here?
As you detect magic, you start to pinpoint the source of the sound. It seems to be coming from each of those 3 bells. Cracked as they are, they shouldn't resonate like they seem to do at the edges of your ability to hear them, but they seem to be the source of it.
Well, it's definitely coming from the bells. Brenton's gonna try to lift one up to look in it.
Those spells.
As you
Or I suppose you.
As you lay your claws upon the bells, before Yarmasir can finish, you notice immediately this feeling that you have stopped the vibration of the bell through your claws, and none of you hear the bells anymore. Simple touch seems to have stopped this effect.
Interesting.
Could be like
Did
that
you just
water
one of them?
basin. You just touched one, yeah. It
Okay.
could be something like that water basin. It was full of water to my eyes for at least a moment. Maybe this is something similar.
When you let go of it, does it ring again?
Gareth removes his claws from it.
It seems that your touch has settled the ringing of the bells. They do not return to ringing.
It just needed the gentle touch of somebody... some living person, I suppose.
Do they still seem magical in nature, or did that also kind of just get dispelled when they were stilled?
The magic seems to fade. but not fade in a way that it is destroyed, but rather fade in a way that it retreats. Retreated away from your touch.
We should check on these again in a little bit and see if they start ringing again.
Not a bad idea. I jump off the tower to save time.
Okay. So you harmlessly flutter down on your wings to a graceful landing. You guys have not had a look towards the north here along this path, nor
Nope.
what seems to be some sort of cemetery at the back.
There's something back there, guys. We should go check it out before we look at the barn building.
Sure. I don't object.
So that we can get assaulted by the local undead again.
Then we just slay them. It's simple.
As you guys go along the side of the hill here, you may have opportunities, so roll your search checks if you are searching. Otherwise, Parenth, you don't detect any magic. Well, actually, Parenth, roll me a nature check. You're feeling something, but it's not pinpoint.
Okay.
Parenth, it's difficult to surmise, but this small sense of magic that has pervaded this whole place ever since you've gotten here seems to be perhaps the source of all this overgrowth. This extra nature magic that blooms across this place. It's a magical effect, you are certain. No divine effect, unfortunately, is not blessed by Caden Kalian. Yeah, it's something natural based.
There's definitely something here. I can't quite identify it, but it's probably the reason everything is happening here. At least the overgrowth.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe a follower of Caden cast it upon these lands.
Didn't feel divine in nature.
As you guys continue along, there is something else you begin to notice here. It is Kiba, or actually Gaz. Gaz, you're looking at the stonework, the sort of almost overgrown path that you're walking along, and it seems like this branch or this covering of kudzu to your right seems to cover up another path that once led down the side of this hill and sort of curved along it, some other particular location.
I get the feeling someone is trying to hide something on the right there.
Should we investigate the rest before we go that way? We can
Okay,
have
let's
draft.
look.
We can probably have draft clear it out easily enough.
Yeah.
Sure. I'm not sure that we're under a particular time constraint.
Cutting away at the brush for the rest of the party to. Oh. I
Giraffe.
feel like I've made a mistake.
As you swing your blade down into the kudzu, some of it does part due to the slice of your blade, but another vine seems to, with a mind of its own, retreat from your blade, slithering back into the plant life. And as you sort of think that's funny, you see other sort of movements in the kudzu all around you guys. All of you are starting to realize something alive, something with more sentience than just plants, is stalking with these viney tendrils through the kudzu. I need everyone's initiative.
That is abnormal, isn't it?
Just a little bit.
I don't think it's natural.
It's not the first time we've dealt with moving plants.
I don't know
I
my
don't know.
animals well.
Okay. So, in this ambush, these unseen enemies, one of them does seem to have the jump on the party. Not realize where they are until, well, they make this jump, which is now, as this one here. This great vortex almost of vines starts sprouting out from the kudzu here, wreathed in some of these sort of autumnal plants. It seems some catastrophically mutated form here that's hungry for flesh, not sunlight. As it rises out, though, the first thing it does as it sort of bursts up is release all of this pollen across the party here. I need everyone to make a will save against this as the pollen reaches the hillside. Giraffe, you notice this one, or it's able to attack as well over here on the left.
Oh, fun.
Does he have
I
higher
can
initiative?
only assume that it's difficult terrain.
You can only assume so, yes. But, with that being said, as this captivating pollen sort of wreaths the hillside, Parent, you're the first to feel its effects. This pollen seems to invade your mind and guide you closer to this great beast. You're fascinated and must spend each of your actions going towards it until you actually get to it, and then you can use your actions as you want. But remember, while you are fascinated, as this is in chat here, you take status penalties to skill checks and perception checks, and you can't use concentrate actions, which mostly applies to spells. Finally, as part of this effect, you actually walk to it and don't act at all. Basically, you're fascinated by it, so fascinated by it, you're basically charmed by it, walk to it, and don't do anything, almost allowing yourself to be eaten. But remember, once you take damage while you're fascinated, it breaks the fascination. So at least you have that going for you. Also, anybody else who fails this will be fascinated just the same, which means Giraffe and Gaz and Kiba, actually.
I see how it is. No! I still have
Let's
my
keep,
tokens down there.
Remove the light spell because it annoys me. But the only person who you still have your tokens down there? What?
Only one.
It's not there on my end. I think something desynced. But for the
refresh.
well, shouldn't refresh during combat because then it still does that thing where it desyncs you while you're loading in. But I think it should be fine starting with this one here. After it did that captivation, it notices who hasn't fallen to its captivating sort of pollen and sort of rushes through the kudzu over to him, over to Yarmasir, and goes for a bite. Actually, they would do it from 10 feet because they have a reach. Though Yarmasir, see it coming, you got pretty lucky at the start here, are able to dodge out of the way as you keep your senses. You're familiar with toxins and substances and such, so stands a reason that your body can handle it. Giraffe, we start with you. Unfortunately, your turn will consist of you walking up to the Viper Vine here and ending your turn because of the fascination effect.
Yep, I have a movement speed of 35 feet.
Okay,
Isn't that great?
so let me see here if there's an effect where you save against this at the end of your turn. Ceases to be fascinated if it's no longer in the pollen or at the end of its turn. Okay, so you are permanently fascinated until one of them decides to hit you, which might come with this one here, as it sort of makes a little bit of a stride through the underbrush here, or a step really. Actually, no, doesn't need to do that. Giraffe, your senses are starting to get knocked back into you as some of the vines from the other one here start wreathing around you, so you're immediately not fascinated by it, but the vines do hit. Oops, for 28 damage. Sorry, I didn't mean to do that there.
That's cool.
And as those vines hit you, it will then use its second action to try to grab onto you with an athletics check. So they wrap around. It will definitely get you in its grasp. In fact, because your reflex DC is 32, you rolled a 49, you are definitely held and restrained by those vines.
This is great, isn't it?
Loving that
is
plus
fun.
31.
From that
We're having
position,
Starting
fun.
off strong.
does another wrapping of vines, but tries and fails to actually hit you there. Parith, we go over to you. Unfortunately, you also just take your step and end your turn next to this one as it leers over the party.
Yep.
Yarmasir, over to you.
Alright, so what's the rules for hitting myself with a bomb? Does it just happen?
You can just splash a bomb down. No need to attack
okay.
roll.
In that case, Yarmasir is going to drop the skunk bomb from one. Well, actually, stow it away. That's a free action now, I believe.
Mhm.
And after that, he uses an action to step over here.
I thought you were
And
going
then
to
quick-
blow up the bomb on your feet to knock Kiba and Gaz out of confusion.
He does
Well,
do it now.
Yes. So, You splash the bomb down on the floor, put the damage out to the chat so everyone can take the 2 splash damage. But since you are, purposefully doing it directly around yourself, we'll do the old rules of bomb hitting everything. So you can actually hit everybody.
That is what you're doing.
Only
My
comes
bad.
with a.
Yeah, I need to roll the die, yeah. So.
Unfortunately, I upgraded my bombs last level,
Mm-hmm.
so we're taking 2 instead of 1.
Everyone in the party takes 2 splash damage. As this electricity bursts out from it, it knocks you all back to your senses, because any damage that anybody takes completely, actually, let me see, but you look at it, if a creature, yes. So, technically is a hostile action against you guys, as you're freed from the fascination.
Well, and that's all 3 of your Mercenary's actions, unfortunately.
But with somebody in your
Nice.
party breaking you out, Kiba, you get to do whatever you want to do with your turn.
That was wonderful. I like that.
What happened to my restraint condition?
Don't know. Let's put that back on. But, Kiba, what are you doing?
Did not click.
Cool. Well, I'm going to get into position. I'm going to begin singing, and I'm going to make a strike.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see myself getting into a better position than this, unfortunately. Where's my song? That looks like it.
And some cries out from you.
I'm gonna make sure I have the correct modifiers on.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's see. I have the Songbird's brush. Wait, is Songbird's brush let's see.
Probably is an item bonus. You probably have other item bonuses as well.
I don't actually have an item bonus, so I think that'll apply. Songbird. Ooh.
Mm-hmm. That's a natural 20. Your allies will gain the effect of this for 4 rounds, but because we are using the Kojium, it's still broken. So automatically just apply it to everyone.
Yep. So this one does apply to singing, and I am doing this as a song, so that works. Perfect. Ah, beautiful. Okay, so that's 2 actions. My third action is my strike with the brush. My very first attack with this weapon.
Okay. As you slice out towards it.
Rerolling it.
Okay.
I'm not missing on my first attack with this weapon.
You need to make it happen. Shellen's grace does grace you here. You do hit. All that damage.
Oh my goodness.
As you slice towards it, it's dealt 21 damage, a little bit of the spiritual damage still slicing into it. Should that be applying the 1d4? Spirit?
Sorry, should what?
The 1d4 spirit on the damage. Should that be applying to it?
Oh boy. Let me look at the weapon again.
'Cause I don't believe so, because the enemy is not unholy aligned, because it says holy plus 1d4 spirit.
Well, it is poisoned, so that helps, perhaps.
Yes. As you're looking at that, let's do the poison here.
See how much constitution it has. A lot, right?
Still succeeds,
Yeah, a lot.
unfortunately. As it seems also quite readily resistant to poison.
Ah, holy is from... Okay, it's a rune effect on the weapon.
Let's
Yes.
be honest, Fireball's the best option. They're plants. They're not gonna have good reflex.
Either way, Kiva, the pollen still wreaths across the hillside here. As I keep saying that specific phrase. Anyway, I need a will save, Kiva, once more for the pollen in the air.
Holy trait, 1d4 spirit damage,
Oh,
or
okay.
extra if it's holy.
Okay, gotcha.
Cool.
Yeah,
So
roll
will
me
save.
Another will save, yes. The pollen still fills the air around here. Still penetrating your mind, perhaps.
And it's not fear, right?
Not fear. 32 is not
Oof.
going to succeed. You do become fascinated again, but at least at the end of your turn. It shouldn't affect you too much. You're fascinated. There it is. Alright, Gaz, you were broken out, but you readily know, seeing what happened to Kiba, that it may happen again. So what do you do?
I will start out with an overdrive. First things first.
Okay. try to get things into gear. It just doesn't happen for you at the moment.
I'm not starting out with an overdrive. uh, well, listen. I'll try to knock some sense into Kiever again with an unarmed attack.
Okay.
Just smacking the back of his back to get some sense into him.
And as you do, Kiever will be struck. Roll the damage. He will take some damage. You have to put enough heft behind it that he does sort of get knocked out of it. But it certainly will take the fascination away, at least right now. Takes 9 damage there.
Ooh, thank you. It's messing with my mind.
Well, don't worry. I've been under its spell as well. I know from Yamba's ear that just a little jolt helps with that.
Mm-hmm.
As my final action, I will step on over right to you.
Okay. But as the pollen is still sort of in your mind, your worldview begins to sort of muddy and shift into this beautiful, even more beautiful hillside, and plant in front of you. Your mind seems just friendly. This beautiful big sunflower, something like that. I need another will save.
Anyone got anything to blow this away? I'm gonna need to keep zapping us if this keeps up.
That is a success, guys. It would allow it away from your mind, and I believe with a critical success, you should be immune. Let me check the ability one more time.
Yeah, 24 hours.
So, yeah, as you finally just break it from your mind and allow yourself out from it.
Wait a second, I hate plants.
So, with Gaz freed from it, this plant here has subjects close by, but it's still going to take a protective sort of step back here. And as it does so, it will then reach out with its jaws, sort of elongating its form towards Parent here to snap its jaws shut.
Cool. I'm gonna nope that one.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Option. Parent, you take the Champions of Resistance. Or you take the
Get that
44.
applied first. Yeah, I guess we're enfeebling it.
Okay.
Actually, hold on.
Hmm?
Hold on. Before you do your reaction, I have my own reaction I can do first.
Opposing Earth, okay. There's a target, area, very appears to be standard cover. So -2 to the attack roll. This misses because it snaps its jaws shut around that stone
cool.
that immediately rises in front of you. As a reaction, you're able to... Parent, you were, you were freed from the fascination because the other thing... Yes, so, the Earth sort of rises in front of you, protecting.
Cool. You didn't take damage, therefore my reaction never happened.
Oh,
Sorry
yeah,
about that.
rocks.
That's not a... Oh, him.
Still slithers out from underneath the overgrowth here, though, and slaps a vine straight into your skull. Certainly
Now you can use
hurts.
it on that one.
Apply Champion's Resistance. Now we're gonna get the enfeeble on him. Do I have to drag that, or do you do that now? Or still do that?
As long as it's out the chat, they can drag it.
Let me try that. No, I mean, you gotta... Okay. No, I applied it to Parent. But
Okay.
yeah, I'm doing the enfeeble for the vine.
So the enfeeble goes to them. Linger enfeebled and regular enfeeble should be correct here. Yep. As you weaken it for daring to strike down at your allies, that'll be all it can do on its turn. Spent all 3 actions there. Giraffe, still being held tight by those vines. You must escape before you can do anything else.
Is it this southern one that has me?
No, it's the
I
one
see.
on the left here.
It's that one. Okay, that explains. I assume I need to do an athletics check to contest it.
Athletics, acrobatics, or unarmed attack modifier, whichever is higher, but if you have master in athletics, probably is that.
Yeah, we're going with that.
36 against its athletics DC of 41. The
I'm gonna
vines have
re-roll
a
it.
really tight grip around you.
I'm using hero point. I don't want to spend this combat grappled. No!
Unfortunately, it's going to keep you there for the moment. You can still keep trying with map 5 and map 10.
Yeah. Let's do that. Let's do one with -5. So this will be.
Hey, natural 20. Your
That'll
second
do it.
action. So fed up by it, you break yourself free and may continue.
Okay, I'm going to make a lunging strike against this closer one
Mm-hmm.
with my Momblet.
Alright, this will be map 8, or map 10 rather.
Then I'm going to use my Bloodthirst.
Okay. Thirst is a little bit quicker. May allow you to lunge out and slice at it. Before the pollen gets into your mind once more. But unfortunately, you're finding it really difficult to get a slice into it. One of the vines slices away at you.
I tried.
So, with that, we go to this one here. Giraffe, you just escaped from it. It's going to take a closer step and try to finish the job. Not with the vines, but with a bite from those large jaws from it. Deals 32 damage to you.
Funny story.
Mhm.
I have 2 reactions now.
Yes.
Oh my god.
That's cool.
Objection.
So once again,
I'm so glad I didn't take the fighter equivalent of that. You get it, but you can only use it for twin riposte. That only triggers on a crit fail of attack.
enemy will so easily slice down or strike down your allies. So, with that, Giraffe should be able to take the damage. Half on both of the damage, by the way. So, piercing is down and the poison is down. Should do it automatically. If you just hit the damage there.
7.
Mhm.
Oh, that is
So
beautiful.
cool.
Let's keep it once again. Interposes themselves. Oh, Giraffe, one more thing. It wouldn't actually matter because it just hit you. But actually, do roll your will save to see if you are critically succeeding against it, just in case. Because at the end of your turn, the pollen still invaded your mind. 34 is not going to be enough. It's failure, but it got broken off of you because of the redemption, or not the redemption, because they attacked you. By the way,
Ah, okay, I see.
they will just make another vine strike at Giraffe one more time, trying to slice them down with it, but you're able to resist it as it's weakened as well. Aerith.
I think we need to remember to apply these persistent spirit damage to them.
Ah, yes, let's do that. Persistent Spirit, Persistent Spirit. Knew I was forgetting something there. Each of them would have taken it, so let's do it quick. Alright, they both take the 4. Failing to get rid of it there. So, one more thing I feel like I'm forgetting and should have remembered. What was that? Whatever it was, probably to you guys' benefit. So, Parenth, over to you.
I'm gonna do a recall knowledge.
We don't remember. It must not have been important.
Yeah.
Is that nature for that?
Yeah, definitely nature. You haven't seen anything like these before, and as you think hard even on it, your knowledge of natural sciences, natural magics is not enough to tell you much about these creatures. Probably has something to do with the extra overgrowth in this place, but beyond that, you don't know.
I'm gonna try something risky.
Mhm.
And I'm going to cast Dominate on this one in front of me.
Okay. You seem to have a mind as for a moment they are given pause.
Of
But
course.
I roll a 15 on the dice.
Oh my god.
And because of the incapacitation trait, this being a 6th rank spell that you get at level 13, these creatures are higher level as well, so they'll always get 1 degree higher on the success chance. So success, up to critical success, they are unfortunately unaffected by it.
That is all my actions.
I am
Okay.
so glad that I went with Enfeeble instead of Stupefy now.
Parith, did you
Wow.
make your will save critically? No, I don't think so. Roll your will
Nope.
save. Pollen gets into your nostrils.
I'm gonna
And-
re-roll that.
Okay. You have a decent chance of pushing through this, but right now it's just not working. You don't find the route through your mind out of it, and you find once again that they are so captivating that you want to get close and basically hug it. Fascinated once more. Yarmsir, over to you.
Can I feed parent stuff even if he's fascinated?
Yes.
Alright. Yarmasier, first off, starts by lobbing a skunk bomb at this one in front of him.
Mm-hmm.
And so that splashes onto the other, of course.
Yep. As you lob this off, though, it goes very
Reroll
wide
that.
and might miss, but let's see. Last moment you try to reorient its trajectory, it does splash near them, but this being a poison weapon, they seem to be resistant to it. They take no
Oh
damage
boy.
from the splashes.
And that should mean that it doesn't.
Yeah, if a creature doesn't take
Yeah.
any damage from something that requires saves from that, it doesn't need to save at all.
That's fine. I'm fine. Yarmasier finishes off by valuing 2 elixirs of life to his hands, and despite both hands being full, he still reaches over and pulls the maw of the fascinated dragon open to pour 1 potion down.
Okay. Sort of grab Parenth before he wanders off towards the Viper Vine, able to heal him up a little bit with that. And let me check the effects of the pollen. The pollen is a poison effect, so the elixir of life with its +2 against poisons will help a little bit here.
Oh.
So, is that your turn?
Yep.
Alright, Kiba. Back over to you. Also, Yarmasier, roll your will save once more. No, you actually
I
natural
can
20.
save
You're
the
good.
first one. Yeah.
Kiba.
All right, I'm gonna step into position, and I sweep my glaive in a wide arc to figure out how to link this. And it makes a rainbow effect that makes a prismatic spray.
Okay.
Let's do that way.
Excuse me. So,
Awesome.
with that, each of them then rolls a 1d8. See which of the rainbow colors impacts them most. So the one at the top first. 2 in the dice here.
It's saying a DC 32 in the saves down there, but it's gonna be a 34 apparently.
Is your class DC or something?
Let's see.
Item
Spell DC is
has no
34.
DC.
Okay. So, with that, 2 on the dice here means this one is affected by the orange sort of rays of the rainbow here. The other one, let's see. D8? 1, which would be the
Fire.
red. Fire and acid. Both of them needing to make reflex saves. Because whatever you see here is minus 2, so failed by 4, succeeded by 4. Alright. So that means this one at the top was the one that takes 60 acid damage. As the acid burns into it, it's, well, hurts like anything else. The flames on this one, surprisingly, just because they're plants doesn't mean that they are weak to flames. Only that the vines burn just as well as flesh would. This one takes 25 from the success, but not critically succeeding.
You know what? Not bad. I'll take it.
A lot of damage for you to be able to deal. So,
That's on average about maybe 3 of my attacks, or slightly more, maybe.
Kiba's wow, okay. His Kiba's glaive, there we go, fills the air with this rainbow splash. I do still need a will save from you, Kiba, I think.
You bet.
Yes.
No, I failed every one.
Oh, the
And,
pretty
hold on.
colors and the pollen.
Nah, I think I'll still fill it.
You unfortunately just are allured by the beauty that you start to see once again as the pollen invades you, so you're fascinated for the
Not a
moment.
crit.
Yes.
As well, once again, just pull a cord on his backpack to kick his gear into motion
Mm-hmm.
and fell these overgrown trees.
Finally able to kick things into gear, the cogs start whirring. Ready to go.
Excellent. With his stuff now puttering behind him, he will take a step over here and make a strike towards the plant.
Okay. piston-fired gauntlet smashes into them. It will just barely miss. Make sure to target for your attacks as well. Or, seems like you have. But it didn't actually show the comparison. I don't know.
I targeted it after, like, after selecting the attacks, and it might have done it.
Okay. But either way, yeah, does miss, unfortunately, there.
That's all 3 of my actions, unfortunately.
Okay. Going back to this one here. Let's see. What does it want to do? It does see, well, Kiba as a major threat at this point. It is immediately going to snap out with the jaws and snap them closed on Kiba. 37
Alright.
damage, some poison, toxifying your skin a little bit. Your feathers, rather.
I guess that cures me.
Does break you free, though. Yes. However, a vine lashes out towards you as well. This one, though, you're able to cut before it gets too close, as you realize it's going for your face as soon as you're knocked out of the fascination. Third action, it's gonna switch things up, go for a vine attack against Gaz after he had struck at it, but miss as well. That'll be all that one can do there. Giraffe, over to you.
Cool. I'm going to stride forward and double slice the one that's going next.
No, you would be striding, and as you attempt to stride, it hasn't come up because none of you have really needed to go into the difficult terrain here. Some grasping roots immediately sprout out from underneath Akuzu as you try to make your way through. I need a reflex save. And yes, I know it says move action area A7. Yeah, well, thanks, Spiza. So, being said, Giraffe, you fail, and you are interrupted as you become immobilized by the vines wrapping around your feet.
Ah! Fine. I'm gonna make a lunging attack with my Mombele.
Okay. But because you have that feat, it won't really stop you.
Yeah, stop him from double slicing, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm. But still have a tool for any occasion here. As you hit it with the blade, the shock, the sonic damage thunders out into it, and it will make a
See that
fortitude
crit
save.
success, baby.
Needs to roll a natural 3 or so. Actually, natural 2 to actually
Natural
be
2,
effective.
yep.
And fortitude is best save, as you guys can start to see here.
And parry isn't gonna do much for me, so I'm just going to strike with my hatchet.
Okay. And lunging forward. Anytime it sort of tries to strike in at you, you're able to try and slice at it, but unfortunately, you miss on your third action.
That's my turn.
You critically succeeded on the will.
Not yet.
Will save.
Oh.
Still, your mind is aflutter with these, well, high feelings. These lights and sounds around you become more pretty, more beautiful, and you're fascinated once more, even though you're still immobilized by the vines. And as it realizes that, as it knows its own abilities, is going to go for less threatening targets. Well, more threatening targets, I should say. Kiba, Jaws. Strike.
Haha.
Hit. No, miss, actually, because of the enfeebled effect. Still is under the effects of that until the end of its turn, because I made my buffs correct here. Yes. So yeah, just can't get a good strike on you. It's for a vine. It's the vine, though. Wow. It's damage dice. Jesus, that's a maximum damage roll. 10, 10, 10 on 3d10.
Well done.
As it still hits you with the vines, it lashes harshly into you and will try to grapple you, though this will be at map 5. Because it used his second attack to actually trigger the grab effect. Map 5, though, is 37.
Yeah, that's yeah. I don't have anything in the 30s.
Well, you do. Because it's plus 10 on your DC, so, for example, your fortitude save would be 35.
Right. I mean, my natural isn't a 30, so I would
Right.
need like a 33.
Kinda, yeah. So, you do become grabbed. Not restrained, though. Like Giraffe was what before here. Where's my grab? Where's paralyzed, quickened, blind? I cannot see the grab. There it is. As soon as I make my mind look for images rather than text, it's like, oh yeah, it's the fist. So You can grab there, held, restrained in his grasp. Make your will save if you do need it, but we are on to Parenth here. Parenth. You
Parenth walks at it.
do. Walk up. And you end your turn there, unfortunately, because nobody was able to break the fascination from you. This one does take its stuff. 27.
Did you say save or something or what?
Did you critically succeed yet on your save? On your will
No.
save against the pollen. Okay, make your will save.
So I have to do that because I was attacked? Is that right?
No, so the pollen is in the air. At the end of your
Okay.
turn, you make your will save. Unless you have critically
Love is
succeeded.
in the air?
Yes.
Wrong. Pollen.
The end of my turn.
Yes, at the end of your turn.
I already failed that one, and then that's why I was enfeebled, or that wasn't my turn, so yeah.
So you should make your save now. Because... oh wait, no. Sorry.
made
Yeah,
it on
never
my
mind.
turn.
I'm stupid. Yeah.
Okay.
For some reason, I thought about you because I was targeting you, and yeah. So,
There we go, okay.
Parent, you end your turn against it. Yarmsir, over to you.
Right. So, Armasir is going to feed the other elixir of life to Kiba. This one, he's got that, again, the old bird dish.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect.
The elixir to life to Kiba. Maybe help him against the poisons in the air here. But for now.
How does that count as a poison?
Yes, the pollen does
Yep.
count as a poison.
And I
got
can
nerdy.
splash. I can splash the. I can splash a bomb at the square, right?
Yes, you can always target a square just to make a splash, so no need to attack roll it.
Gotcha. All right, mindful. Well, Yarmasir's doing that again.
Mhm.
Go out, lightning.
Bring it.
Just
Splash.
hitting down.
I have
of
no objection to being in the middle of this.
this. No need to worry about the critical miss because it is just going for a spot, not trying to strike at the creature. This one does take the 2 splash of acid, or not acid, electricity.
Yeah, they should hit. They should hit everyone except for Gaz and Yarmasir.
And breaks them all out of fascination. So,
And that's every action that I've got.
Kiba, back over to you.
Cool. Alright, my song is needs to be applied, it looks like.
Oh yeah. Don't worry about it. It's
Alright.
basically my fault. So,
Okay, started my turn. Nobody to break. Should be nobody to break out. Giraffe.
it's fine.
Alright. I think I can just go right into the attack then. Focus on the one that's taking more damage. And go from a glaive.
Glaive strikes true.
How many buttons? Okay.
And as it does, you slice in, deals damage both to its body and mind, or spirit.
Do a follow up.
So it will miss.
I'm not gonna re-roll one of those. Their AC is too high for it.
Yeah.
And you know what? No, I think I'm gonna. No. I am. I'm going to use my third and final focus point on Parent Land Hands.
Okay. Gareth going here. Though he's been enraptured by these vines here. Or plants, really. No vines are rapturing at the moment. So.
Yeah, I'm taking my chances with the grab for the time being.
Make your will save at the end of your turn here.
Will do. Will.
Ah, yes. And this time, just
35.
barely, you do succeed because of the elixir of life, enhancing your protections against this poison. You are free of it because of your divine will as well, just allowing you to completely break off from it.
That got me by 1 point. Without that, I would have had a 34 because of my armor. That's
Mhm.
beautiful. Thank you.
Every +1 matters in PF2E. So, guys,
Well, I am going to proceed as I have done in these previous turns.
Mhm.
Are you trying to beat the juice out of this plant?
juice. 18 certainly hits. Batter into it, you feel. If you had a better vantage point, you might have crit, but otherwise, good damage.
Oh boy,
So
that's your first hit of the day. Here we go.
And slattered onto the spikes of your spiked gauntlet. There's some poison, but you doubt that even if the poison did infest these creatures, they seem, because they are, pumping poison out from themselves, they're usually resistant to the same thing. The inside. Like a dragon
Well,
who
I'm
breathes
resistant
fire.
to poison.
Yeah. Anything else?
Kind of not having anything better to do, I will do 2 map attacks.
Mm-hmm. Striking out for one, missing. Striking out for the next, missing as well as you overexert yourself there.
That's the turn.
Go back to theirs. Gaz, I don't believe yours. You critically succeeded.
I succeeded the last
Yeah.
one.
Going to this one. They have seen some of the threat of Kiba, so they're going to continue to attack them. And with an 18, Kiba, while you are grabbed, placed off guard, and struck pretty harshly by those jaws.
Thank goodness, though, it was a plus 12 or crit by 12 and not by 10.
Mhm.
Otherwise, I would have cried.
And yet, take the damage there. It is going to continue to try to... Actually... Yeah, let's continue this grapple here. It's going to go for a map attack with the vine there, and we'll hit that as well. 36 points of damage. This is harder to defend yourself.
Spicy.
Feel more need to defend your allies, allowing yourself to take these hits. And it's going to try to keep the hold on you. As at the end of a creature's turn, when it was grabbing you for a whole round, it needs to try it again. Athletics. Map 5, because of what was going on there, it actually fails to keep a hold of you. You're free. Giraffe. Still immobilized. This is something you would have to escape from, and it's not maintaining it like the grab action. Would need to try to escape.
An athletics check to
Yeah.
get out, right?
Mhm.
I'm gonna make an attack with my Mombele first.
Okay. Or it will put map on your escape.
Yep, that's the idea.
But as you lunge out, this wasn't meant to be.
Then I'll try to escape with map.
As you're trying to pull away as well, especially after you exerted yourself with a strike, there's no cutting it there.
And finally, a third attack, another lunge at
Mhm.
-6.
Hey, that'll do it though.
Oh, there we go.
Quickly slash out at some of the vines that, well, surge towards you. You hit it, and as you do, it seems that the frostiness of your weapon clings to these vines like nothing else. They are, in fact, vulnerable to it. Not weak to it, but vulnerable to it. They seem to be slowed down by the frost
Neat.
for them.
It's that time of
This
the
is
year.
good to know.
Fortitude save as well. Or
I'm
the
glad I
poison.
diversified the damage on my weapons.
Mhm. Always helps. No, as it's slowed down, it does have a chance to lash back at you. Giraffe, you critically succeeded, right?
No.
Okay, so you do need to
Let
make
me
a will
make that
save. So I think it's only Kiba and Giraffe and Parent, right? Oh, somebody else critically succeeded. Kiba, you did. Yeah, Kiba did. So it's Giraffe and Parent.
I haven't critted.
You succeeded on the fascination last turn, right?
I succeeded on one, yes.
So you critically succeeded because of your divine will. That upgrades a success to a critical success.
I have divine will.
Yes.
That's
so
so
it's
cool.
just Giraffe
Never
and
mind.
Parent that need to do it. That being said, Let's see. Giraffe, you are fascinated. What's
It's been a while since that's come up for me.
And it is, instead of going for Giraffe here, going to keep them at arm's length. They do see the weakness of Kiba that has gotten in their way many times, has
Bring it.
enfeebled them. Another 40 damage does bear down on Kiba. Barely holding yourself up. Slumping into the grass here. Hold up yourself by the pole arm. Just barely. Goes for another strike to try to finish you off, but be able to just push back against it. You have to keep yourself up. And Hail Mary's third strike, natural 20.
It is slowed.
It's slowed.
Ah, yes. Never mind.
Oh.
If I was a player, I would be very angry with myself for rolling that and wasting a natural 20. But, seems at the end of its turn, it rolled a 1d4 to see how long it was slowed. It rolled a 1. So it is no longer slowed, only slowed for that round. Yeah, but you pulled up, just barely.
More than 0 hit points means not 0 hit points.
And that frost prevented it from trying. Bring you down further from Giraffe. Parith, over to you.
What's the radius on the pollen again?
Pollen is basically over the
60
whole
feet.
hillside, 60 feet, yeah. So I can put it down like so.
Oh, in that case, Parent is going to cast Time Jump.
Okay.
I can move 70 feet with this.
Wow.
So
Flip out for a moment.
I am getting out of this.
Oh my
All the way
god,
down
it's
here.
a
Why?
Karen.
He just reappears there after a quick incantation. Blink of an eye.
And seeing that Giraffe's weapon did some help, he is going to cast. I wish I had like a better ice spell to use, but this is all I got.
Okay, it's range 120 feet. Easily strike out towards one of them. As the ray fires across, it's a natural 20. It had no idea that it would be coming from the side there. Bursts into its side. The ice surges along its body, slowing it down pretty severely. Slowing it not only by movement, because of the spell effect of Ray of Frost, but also by slow effect.
It should take double damage, by the way.
Oh, yes. It's not automatically
The
doubled
crits.
there.
Yep.
And yes, let me add this slow and see how long on this D4 that it is slowed down. Okay. Take that into mind, but you guys aren't exactly sure.
That's my turn.
Colorblind. It's the slow.
You guys have got this. And it calls from far away.
It's a mage does mage things. Yarmsir, back over to you.
Yeah, you heard him, Kiba. I'm not gonna let you die just yet. You're not allowed to.
Awesome.
Yarmsir is going to go double duty on these elixirs of life and
Mhm.
give him 2.
Once again, that last bite doesn't feel so bad after you're healed. Last 2 bites, actually.
And that's all my turn. All my actions.
Bleeding
Thanks, my
stops.
friend.
Thing feels a lot better. We go back to you, Kiba.
Much better. Now I'm in this for real. Okay. And I go for the strike. I'm not grabbed, so I don't have to worry about that.
Mhm.
Shame I can't, like, run, like, through all the brush safely.
Mm-hmm. Well, you still do hit. Quite readily. Wave slices through plant matter there, deals 27 to it. It's still badly injured. Not
Yeah.
too particularly hurt by it.
I go for the follow-up.
The quick
Could
strike
crit. It
doesn't hit.
Do I want to? It's been an hour. I'm gonna try it.
Mm-hmm. For one more. 16 does hit exactly.
Oh, it was meant to be. It was meant to be.
Feel the need to bring these down. You take another strike, another swipe. Not the best damage, but still something.
Those dice were so low.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what to do? I don't really have any particular desire to leave this spot.
You can lay on hands yourself for AC.
No, I can't.
Never mind.
Yeah, I think
can always aid another strike.
Interesting. You're right. I have. It's easier for me to do that now that I have the extra reaction too.
He could cut the vines immobilizing me.
Yeah, I guess I'll prepare to aid Giraffe.
Okay. Raph's next strike comes up. Roll your attack roll as well. See how much you aid. Gaz, over to you.
Take a few steps around the battlefield.
Okay. As you
Ready.
stride in that direction, vines spring up underneath you from the reaction of these creatures. Need a reflex save, Gaz. Very annoying, very sort of viney plants here, but you do not succeed because the DC is 37 for the actual reflex save there. You're held firm, immobilized in that position. Going anywhere.
It's annoying. Oh, in that case, Gaz is going to just plant his feet and keep on punching.
Okay. Natural 20 will do something here, certainly. Crack into this one after the ice beam hit it. Slow down enough for a hefty strike like that. 54. It's a fortitude save for the effect of the crit spec. Does just barely succeed. Anyway.
Fortunate. I will take 2 more map attacks.
Okay. Do the same thing again. First attack doesn't really do much there. Second attack also overexerted yourself on the first, but still pretty good damage to the first. So go to this one. Stricken as it is by the ice, doesn't really have the opportunity to get down towards Parent, especially because their movement speed was lowered as well. It's going to strike back at Gaz. Jaws. Punching down into you for 30 damage there.
Redemption.
Okay. And it misses. Second strike there. Redemption does get applied. They're enfeebled. They've been enfeebled for quite a while because of the lingering effect of your enfeeblements now. And Gaz takes a lot less damage. Now that they're having a pretty hard time keeping a hold of the situation, especially slowed as they are, though this one actually also rolled a natural 1 on its D4, so it's no longer slowed. Guys are starting to get headway here. Giraffe.
Okay, I'm going to first try to get out of this grapple. It's annoying.
Okay. Be a standard escape.
Wait, let me double check an ability. About Ancestry Pack Hunter. I want it open.
Peck Hunter?
Yeah.
Probably just lagging. Let's see. Peck Hunter is this. +2
There we
circumstance bonus to aid. Your allies gain a +2 circumstance bonus to aid you.
Cool. Keep that in mind.
Groovy.
Natural 20 will get you out of that as you rip those vines free of you.
So I assume if I approach again, they'll try that.
Yes. Best
They
of
have
it.
their reaction.
So,
I'm just gonna do 2 lunging attacks, both with my hatchet.
okay.
All right, that'll trigger my aid then, I believe.
So make your strike, Kiba. Because of the DC being 15, we'll add the usual +2 for his ability afterwards. Just roll the dice. Makes it a lot faster.
Here's my roll.
So that is definitely going to be a critical success because A checks are always DC 15. Adds +3 to Giraffe's first roll, which put it to +9. Not enough to critically succeed.
Just shy.
Still damage on both of those strikes there, Giraffe.
Both of them against the northern one.
There you are. Triggers. Cold vulnerability there. 21 as well. That one's not looking too long for this world at this point. Especially as the frost sort of surrounds it and slows it down so much that it's probably not going to be sped up until the end of this fight. But that'll be your turn, right?
Yep, that's my turn. Man, that went better. It's nice to have enemies that don't resist my damage.
This one is going to... a very static fight, but it's still to their advantage as they hide amongst the reeds here. This one is going to lash, once again, Kiba. No, it was struck so much
realizing
by
it's still late. But did Giraffe's first strike have the song on it?
Sorry.
It has the disarm
song.
trait, but
No,
Oh,
sorry,
the
the song.
oh,
from
the
Kiba.
song.
Oh. It ought to, yes, so that would make it a critical strike.
There we go.
Oh,
Do I roll crit damage or is it just double?
Roll the crit damage because it might be different. I'll just reset the damage he took there for the first 24. So roll the
Here we go, baby.
crit. Is there a certain things that change it? Especially like adds the 1d6 bleed damage as well. Makes it a little bit easier.
Limping over the crit threshold.
Just barely.
it's better.
But
Oh well, it was gonna be slowed anyways, so.
struck Kiba pretty badly. It's then going to sling a vine towards Giraffe, but failed to do much there as Giraffe
And I
cut
need
it
to do
away.
my will save.
Oh yes, please do.
Uh-oh.
I think you are still going to be, yes, slowed there. Or not, fascinated, I should say. Alright. So, over to you, Parenth.
Alrighty. I'm just gonna keep trying to slow these guys.
Okay.
Actually, no. You know what? They're both kind of hurt. I'm gonna cast Chain Lightning.
Alright. Now we're getting somewhere here. Is those guns. 8 and 12, success on both of them, but not critically, so they will each take half. Half of a pretty decent roll is still going to be 25 to each of them, 50 total. Let's put them even lower.
I'm kind of sad. Oh well. That's my turn.
Yarmsir.
Here has an energy mutagen with Kiba's name on it. He valets out both the mutagen and a bomb, and feeds the former to Kiba.
Oh, I got a crit on my hatchet, so like 3 damage or something. I actually don't remember. Should have gone to the other. I completely forgot about that.
35.
Okay.
So now it's slowed as well.
All this retroactive
Or-
crit.
No, it doesn't take the frost damage.
Ah.
Only the weapon damage dice. So, Kiba, Yarmsir, you're applying this to Kiba? Kiba gets it?
Yep. And then he follows up by well, not much else to do. He throws a boulder at the. He also throws a boulder at this plant.
Okay. Boulder Seed.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, I was blanking there for a moment too.
It's definitely a hit.
That almost crit.
Put out the effects of the Boulder Seed to chat, please.
Here we go.
That is hilarious. I love that.
Go.
It puts a boulder on top of them.
Okay. 5-foot cube with hard and firm. It creates a boulder as hard as wood that pushes medium smaller creatures on a critical hit. Okay. Wait. Fills a 5-foot cube.
Yeah.
So is it shunting them automatically?
Only medium or smaller creatures.
Okay.
Otherwise, it just sort of stays. I guess
Gotcha.
like either it's standing above the boulder or it's underneath the boulder.
Alright, so, that being said, the boulder sort of explodes out, tries to push them away, doesn't really, but still, deals good damage to each of them. Anything else?
That's all of his actions.
Eva, back over to you.
All right. I think we still have one more round of. Oh,
Yes, we do. Actually, no, we wouldn't because you did it the first round, it's round 5.
this is round 5. Thank you. Okay. I might as well get that going. Every little bit helps.
Scan the Courageous Anthem out to your allies. Whatever happens, it will apply, so I'm just going over this. Aerith is actually just out of reach of it, so wouldn't be affecting him there.
Okay. Although if he came back, I believe it would apply to him.
It's
I'm not
60
coming
feet.
back. I'm not coming back.
Okay, strike with glaive.
Miss there.
I have hero point.
Go for another strike here. 9.
Fascinating.
Still going to miss, unfortunately. Just again, you guys don't have the opportunity to get around their sides. A lot of these strikes that should have hit are not here. Again, miss there.
That's all I got.
Okay. Yeah, it's over to you.
I will try one attempt at getting myself free from the vines that are immobilizing me.
Okay.
That's a reflex save, right?
Yes. Or no. Not a reflex save, it's an escape action. So athletics, acrobatics are on an unarmed attack modifier.
Alright.
You do succeed, pulling yourself free.
Excellent.
Is applying the map.
Giraffe is fascinated, question mark?
Yes.
In that case, I will quickly move on over here. And give him a little risky surgery battle medicine.
Okay.
Since he's gonna be stabbing me with a needle, does that count as damage for the sake of breaking fascination?
It is not a hostile action.
That's fair. That makes more sense.
In that case, I will actually give that to Kiba.
Your idea was really smart.
I should have kept my mouth shut.
Are you what, Kiba?
Well, I mean,
Uh,
if you still said like I'm gonna remove my fascinated now, I would have said no. So.
Oh, no. I mostly said it to be funny. I didn't actually think it was gonna remove fascinate.
Okay, critical success. 1 damage to Kiba, but 24 healing total.
Sorry, 1 damage to Kiba and then healing.
Yes, because they're risky.
Thank you.
That was a poor roll on the healer. That's unfortunate.
You have resistance to slashing, so it actually doesn't do any damage to you.
That's hilarious. Yeah, I have 4 resistance. Great.
It's a very tough skin, hard to medicate.
Mm-hmm. Back over to
The
this one here.
feathers.
It still has not been slowed, so it's actually going to move here down a little bit to maybe try and get around
Opportunity
you guys.
attack.
You have that at reach?
No, never mind.
Goes for the back line. Jaw strike against the Armiseer. Which will hit.
No.
Redemption.
Mm-hmm. Once again, seeing the redemption come from Kiba, it's going to try to lash back at Kiba as well.
Love it. We'll keep
Anyways,
that
Right, I forgot.
enfeeble
the
going
worst
and
part.
spear damage.
Sorry, Yarmsir, what were you saying?
I forgot this was the worst part of adventuring.
Okay. No, I got
Wow.
it. I got it, Kiba. Don't worry. So, 42 damage to Kiba, though, as it lashes up with a vine. It doesn't have the opportunity to really wrap it around you before you are able to free yourself, but with that, that'll be the end of that one's turn. Giraffe, over to you.
I have good ideas. I think I want to finish off this one first, though. So
You
let's
were
hope I hit.
You were
fascinated.
fascinated, so
Ah! No,
Go towards this
I
one
was
because it was
gonna-
the source of the pollen and end your turn.
no! I was gonna jump.
This one, still with Kiba in sight, is going to try to lunge at them, but is still lingered with the enfeeblement, which means misses. 3. Modifier
Get
matters?
wrecked, Nerdvine.
Do I get another save against the pollen or no?
No, not until it reapplies, or you're broken out of it. Goes for a map 8 attack against Yukiba, slices in with a vine, barely does hit as it's making this assault toward. Actually, no, wouldn't be able to do it again because it's slowed. Keep forgetting that
Thank
as well.
goodness.
I
Although
was
I do
giving
have
that
good
myself.
news, I do have more than 32 hit points.
Mm-hmm.
So I would have been fine.
Tries to go for a third, just so slow that it really can't do it. Parent, over to you.
all right. He's gonna call out. Is anybody gonna do anything about Giraffe?
Take that as no.
Maybe the plants will do it.
We can
I'll take
certainly
the silence
try.
as a no. I am using drain bonded item. I'm casting chain lightning again.
Okay,
Oh no.
finish this fight.
So the order is the injured plant at the very top,
Mhm.
the plant at the bottom, and then Giraffe.
Okay. First,
You're
let's start
mean
with
to me,
them.
sir.
Never mind.
They
Oh my
both
goodness.
feel this coming, see it coming, swerve away from the lightning as it charges towards them, critically succeeding. No effect.
Well, I did say that I'll try, so, you know.
I am going to then use a one action force barrage from my staff on Giraffe.
Okay, that works.
Thanks.
Beautiful.
Hands are tough.
That
Have to
may
take
have
2
been a better
damage.
option than what I was going to do.
Freed from the Fascinated. And that is going to be Parent's turn. Yarmsir.
Well, the Armor-Seer is out of healing potions, elixirs of life, but that's fine. He's got another idea. He's going to quick alchemy up a frost vial. Glad that he picked up this formula up the other day. Then he's going to he's gonna splash this one with it.
Okay. Splash it on the one to the south that had broken free of the frosts. You do hit.
Exactly enough as well. Wonderful.
Goggles allowing that. 13 points of damage will cause the frost to spread on over it. Speed effect. Well, so it is. This. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, it's hidden. Well, Yarmsir is then going to use his last action to pull out another boulder and a energy mutagen.
Okay.
That's it for his turn.
Before we go on to the next turn.
Yeah.
So does that aura follow the plant, or is it just in the air? Where
It's
it
in.
originally
It's
is?
just in the air, so you're fine.
Okay.
Kiba.
All right.
Wait, so what happens if like it leaves the area of its aura? Do you like then follow it out?
Questions that should be asked later. Nah, it's
Kiba,
okay.
go for that. The one closer to death.
Of course.
I think I can take.
That's what I've been
one
doing
down
this
here.
whole time. I, of course, make sure that I continue singing, because how can you fight if you're not singing?
Getting the inspiration.
And I go.
This one actually would not still good.
There we go, thank you. And I go, hopefully, for the kill.
All right. With the glaive slashing one more time at this vine, you just don't get the good strike you need to bring them down.
Still don't have hero points, so. Second strike.
Second strike
Maybe I'll get a 16.
does hit. As you slash to it,
It'll roll pretty well.
one more time, the energy mutagen giving it more frost. It cleaves through it, and the frost makes sure it stays down.
Unfortunately, I don't have enough actions to move away, but it should be fine. Giraffe's right in its face. That's it then.
All right, Gaz, over to you.
He is going to position himself in front of Giba to hopefully dissuade the plant.
Need a reflex save. Grasping roots.
Or, unfortunately, you're short, so you don't give him cover.
Lash towards you, trying to stop your approach, but they don't actually. Push through them.
Excellent. And more juicing those fans.
And it hits. Batter into it one more time, 18 points of damage is enough to bring it near death at this point.
I will take one more attack.
Yeah, go for it. For one more, though, it's able to lash away with a vine. The spirit of the land here, the overgrowth made manifest in this place, seems to have manifested in something very powerful. You guys have trouble dealing with, but yes, Giraffe, as you've stepped so close, bring to bear your weapons is trying to bite into you for 35.
That's fair. I don't mind.
Mhm.
I mean, I do mind, but like I can take it.
Then a vine slithers from the undergrowth and slashes towards Kiba. Kiba, you're able
Okay,
to see it. Stop it.
There. Okay. Yeah, I can get my redemption off now.
Okay,
Sorry,
baby.
I'm really bad at interrupting.
I have.
Yeah, go for it.
No. It's fine. We can't see each other's body language. There's a delay with online. It happens.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways,
Okay, so I have the redemption on Giraffe now.
Yep.
So fix your damage.
Yeah, it's fine. Let's see if Giraffe kills him.
double slice and 2-weapon flurry.
Okay, yeah. Make this series of strikes first a critical from the Mamble. This sort of sword axe cleaves into its side,
Oh my goodness, that
Brings
might
it
be enough by
near.
itself.
near to death. But you continue your assault.
Oh
Flurry of
boy,
attacks
I love our flurry ranger.
here. And you go for the Mamble strike, 3 on the dice. See if your last strike with the Ukri, or rather hatchet, does hit. Does not. It's not going to be dead
I'm gonna
just
reroll
yet.
that with my hero point.
Okay. Need a 16 or higher to actually hit. Get a 2. Yes.
Oh,
Make this
come on. I was so confident I was gonna be able to only hit one attack.
flurry of attacks. The foe tries to hold itself up. Ignore that there. Parent, over to you.
I'll do
You
a
fix your health.
Yeah, Giraffe, take, it's level 16. Should take, what is the damage? There we go. 13 plus, yeah, there we go. Okay, I'll just let you
Excellent.
handle it. Parent, over to you.
do a 3-action, 3rd level force barrage.
Okay.
So 6 of these.
4, 5, total of 9, total of 11, total of 14, and total of 16.
One
There,
more. 1.
18. Well, it had 16 health left. It was good that you put as much power as you did into it. It is blasted by those last bolts. It finally falters and lands to the ground with a thud, ending this fight. Finally.
Ooh, nice shot.
Awesome.
Yourselves 120 experience points. Those dangerous vines really gave you some trouble there.
Monsieur takes a cautious step once things have settled down, and is glad to see that he's not gonna get tripped up in all the stuff that his party did.
Well, you all okay?
Mostly.
That was invigorating, but I am exhausted.
Those things didn't like my magic very much.
Well, we liked it very much.
I don't think those things like Skiva very much.
Should we take a few minutes for you to recover before we keep looking around?
I would
Most
like that.
definitely.
I'm in pain.
I mean, there's no way there's gonna be
It's-
anything dangerous in a graveyard. We've never
It's-
encountered anything dangerous in a graveyard. Yeah,
There's
let's
so
take
much
it.
overgrowth here that there's plenty more of these things if we really went looking.
Great, we're in agreement then. Let's go back somewhere safer and recuperate.
Giraffe, can you bring one of them with us? I want to juice it for poisons.
Alrighty, I'm gonna drag this one on the path.
Alright. Dragging it along. Doesn't seem to have like an innate toxin in liquid form, but the pollen could be useful. Once you get to a safe spot here, Yarmasia, roll me a crafting check.
Alright. I'm going to reroll that.
Okay. Another hero point.
You want any help here, Monsieur?
Yarmasia, unless parents were able to help you.
I'm gonna try to aid him.
Yeah, go for it. That'll certainly help. +2, 35. 35 was the DC. Yeah, Monsieur, I'll give you one extra poison for the day here in your infused reagents. So 1 extra
Sweet.
infused reagent.
Gotcha. Wonderful. So a neat way to do it.
Hmm.
And while we recuperate, Parenth is going to adjust some of the spells after the fact.
Hmm. Yeah, I mean, fights like that, those enemies are annoying because they're meant to slow down a party. They're meant to stop you guys from attacking, make you fascinated. Some fights do last a lot longer. Also, I have to say, you guys are not well built for like a lot of damage necessarily. In some ways. In other ways, though, you guys have done a shit ton of damage. It's just, yeah. Certain circumstances make it harder for you guys.
Feeling you to
Filmmakers.
I feel I need to adjust my spell list more to focus on certain things.
I don't know, I mean, you have Chain Lightning. Chain Lightning's all you need for damage as a wizard. Even
Yeah,
with
I'm
2
kind of
enemies,
a-
it's good.
I'm kind of a support and damage hybrid, some sort of. I contribute. Sometimes I do really well.
Yeah, it's mostly guys in the Armistier who unfortunately just don't do a lot of damage with those classes.
I would if we fought more, I don't know, nobles
Mm-hmm.
and regular human people.
Let's go fight some humans and see how they handle it.
Ooh,
Okay,
I know where
Rock
we can
Demons.
find some of those.
If the enemies were a step smaller, I could be grappling them right about now.
Hmm. But yeah, that being said, you guys, basically between the chapel and the bell tower here, this is where you're gonna settle down to just make a short rest, like doing your 10-minute break stuff. What are you doing?
Probably take an hour or something.
Okay,
To top everybody off, maybe.
Yeah, just filling ourselves up.
not a complete rest, just a bit of land hand spam.
Yeah.
So, after an hour passes, give yourselves full HP.
We're applying poisons where needed for the next icon enemy to come by.
Mm-hmm. I trust you to keep track of that, Yarmasier.
Yeah, was you going to start carrying around a weed killer?
Does animal repellent work for... Do plants count as an animal
Nope.
category for animal repellent?
They are plant treated, not animal treated.
Darn.
Well, shall we head back to the graveyard back there?
I'm ready to go. Up there, to the graveyard.
Mercies were granted. Everyone's wounds have been healed. You guys can head back up towards this graveyard that you've been trying to head to for a while here. Remember, there is this path that leads down the side of the hill that could lead somewhere interesting. But for now, graveyard.
Yeah, we'll get to that when we come to it. Well, when we came to it, but we'll get to that after we take care of the obvious things first. I think.
Before the overgrowth of this place sprouted
What am I going
Limbs.
first?
teeth. But as you guys have a look at this overgrown graveyard here, you see stone markers with weathered inscriptions marking this as a place where the faithful lie in repose. Obviously, that's what a graveyard is. But each stone is engraved with the emblem of a rose winding around a wine goblet. It's heavily overgrown like everywhere else, with, though, a little bit more of the, like, kudzu away from it and more just like regular plants growing here.
I move in to get a good look around.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure nothing's out of place or coming out of the ground.
Nothing's coming
Oh,
out of
got
the
it
ground.
started.
Yeah, search for threats here. Giraffe's pretty certain there's no threat. Anybody else who wants to double check can, but nothing seems to pop up immediately.
Double checking for any vines like those ones from before.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not paranoid, I swear.
Well, I mean, adventurers who are paranoid do survive. So, an
You
examination.
also don't have as much fun.
Mm-hmm. Kiba, of the gravestones, well, you of the party would be most of mine to have a look at their inscriptions, I'm sure.
Absolutely.
Most of them, a vast majority of them, in fact, maybe 80%, They're the same death date. A couple of years ago. Including the grave of Abbot Ildeben.
Is that a day we might be able to connect some historical event to?
It doesn't seem like a particular event. It's not like they all died on 9/11. Sorry, that's the first thing that came to mind. Like, they didn't die on a special event date.
Gotcha.
But this definitely matches what we saw down in the basement.
Dead people on the same day. Yep.
Somehow all buried, though, after that massacre.
Well, at least there's no echoes here, yeah?
May have
I'm
died at
glad for
peace.
that.
Of the only place... of the only, like, sort of built-up place, like a graveyard or inside or anything like that, this is the only place that doesn't have that same chill to it. Like, at least the souls have moved on. Only psychic echoes remaining in other places.
I'm just gonna kind of kneel down and say a quick prayer. I guess mostly to Shellen. You know, nothing special. Just please help make sure these souls are getting their rest or whatever. You know, just out of respect.
Is there a path from here to the back of the barn building, or is this all choked out with vegetation?
It's all just vegetation, no particular path or anything.
Kind of awful.
There is a little bit of a path that starts, but it doesn't seem like people walked along this way. But you could make your way down it.
Probably could, or could go the other way.
You can just go from the other way. Just gonna...
That'd be fine.
You gotta make your way back around the chapel. Back to an easier path down the hill here, and there's some wooden supports that are creaking and old that, well, belie the path down to this little barn-shaped building. So with a small door, not big barn doors.
I have some guesses as to what might be in here.
Probably not going to find horses.
Certainly not horses. I'm sure it has to do with wine.
I hope there's no combat in this.
Normally, I would be excited at the thought of wine. Try the door.
You open it up to a place with many side chambers. Small wooden doors, flimsy ones, seem to bar the way into each of them, but they're all sort of swung wide open and seem to have been one at one point. Keep up with your knowledge of religions. These may have been small contemplation chambers for the priests to have some privacy, have some peace.
Yeah. Couple
It's a large
remnants
chambers.
of bunks and tables.
And yes, a lot of chambers because the map maker for these is obsessed with small chambers.
What kind of prior would have 60 priests needing their personal space all at the same time?
Wouldn't they need it? Wouldn't they also need bathrooms?
They share one bathroom, don't question it.
What is one?
They can wash in the river, it's fine.
Then I get to the door at the end.
And you see an overgrown well. You have a look at it.
Interesting.
Anybody peer down inside?
Absolutely.
Trying to peek down there too. He's just curious.
It'd be like Alien, a facehugger comes up and grabs you.
Nothing comes up to grab you, but as you lean up to look down, you see about maybe 100, 200 feet down, some light. Some glowing bluish cyan light that seems to come from reflections on rippling cold water. Some sort of cavern down there.
That's not normal.
I mean, it is sometimes.
Why would the light be normal?
All about the light.
There is
The
light.
glowing fungi.
Just climbing down the well. Parent looks at Giraffe.
Really?
You should take a torch with you.
I peer down. It doesn't look like it's worth dropping down there.
I mean, worth is up to you, but there's handholds, there's a lot of vines and other things that wouldn't make it an impossible climb, especially for somebody of your stature.
Fine, I'll take a look.
Even if it's smooth, you could probably just wedge yourself.
Mhm.
Like, with how narrow the
Oh
well
no,
is.
I'm too fat. I'm kidding.
Giraffe, as you sort of holster your weapons and start climbing down, I need an athletics check.
Oh no. Whatever shall I do? I thought I had.
If you roll a 1, I'm gonna laugh.
I
It's
don't have quick
Giraffe.
climb.
All his rolls are 1s or 20s.
I have wall jump. I'll wall jump my way out.
Hmm.
Oh.
But, Giraffe, DC was 35. The vines are wet and slippery. Some of them break as you try to hold on to them. Some of the stones actually break from the walls, but it's easygoing enough for you, skilled as you are. You make your way down, and you notice when you get to about 40 feet from the water, the cavern opens up immensely, and you have nowhere else to climb. So it's like opening up underneath you, so you would have to be climbing from the ceiling, essentially, which is basically impossible because of how smooth the stone is down there. You drop down into the water.
No,
Okay.
because in real life, I'm gonna have to hop out in like 5-10 minutes.
No, okay. But, still. You have a look, and you see a pool of water down there. You see maybe a platform that you can just barely see, but the angle is a little bit difficult. There is a space down here. A
I'm going
cavernous
to
space.
share that information before climbing back up.
Alright, roll me another athletics check for the climb up.
I'm gonna wall jump up.
Alright. Still need an athletics check for that.
Metroidvania protagonist.
Somebody make that whoosh 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 sound from Super Metroid.
Mm-hmm.
Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh.
You sort of use your momentum to throw yourself up here and there. It's almost easier to jump to ledges rather than do it hand over hand. Make your way back up to the top and report to your allies.
I'm certainly intrigued. However,
Haven't seen
before we go
anything.
jumping into any pits, there's probably the path to the side we could look at first.
Fine.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like a fine enough idea. If we find nothing about Hirovetti, then we will need to probably be coming down here.
Of course.
Let's see what the other path yields.
So, since you guys are going to the other path here, no need to move your tokens, as we'll move to a new scene. Begin to wind your way down along the hill. It sort of curves back to the hill, and towards what seems to be the base of the hill itself has all this overgrowth. A couple of buildings actually down here. There we go. And it is down here that you find two, perhaps even more disheveled looking buildings, more than the ones at the top. Tokens. 1, 2, 5. Squat stone buildings, two of them lining the sort of a side of the hill here. So notice that there seems to be some sort of passage, mostly overgrown with bushes, leading into the hill itself.
About how far down is this from the top?
It's
If you had to
about,
give it a guess.
if you were to guess, Parent, about 150 feet? 200 feet?
Maybe these buildings will have something to reveal for us. Shall we?
So this was this. So you said that this was going down a large number of feet.
Yeah,
my
you're,
estimate, 150 feet down.
you are
Down
That
the hill.
that seems to match up roughly with the well, I think.
sort of curves back to the same hill. So as you're looking at it, this is the same hill you were just on top of here. But to see a little bit inside there, definitely a cavern of a sort.
Shall we try number 1?
You have a cavern there. That's probably the well cavern. It probably connects. Let's try the door then.
There's a door to this broken down stone building here.
We attempt door.
Open it up. And you see a little bit into what may have been some sort of distillery. You see a massive keg that has been smashed into, bottles sort of fallen to the floor, other debris spread around the building of both stone and wood. Have a look around, roll your perception checks. Remember, as you move around in the room, I'll give you things, so you don't have to stand next to the door until, all that. Anyway. Kiba activates the light on the rainbow wand, or glaive
Yep.
there, casts out into the room
It's
here.
shiny.
I
Kiba,
don't think we can activate it. It's just always on.
well, yeah, it's just for the purpose of, the stream. It's activated.
We're never stealthing ever again.
But I mean, okay. So, that being said,
This isn't me being passive aggressive or anything.
you all just find roll debris, a broken down place that may have once made so much good wine. And at some point, though, Kiba, you notice the rubble beginning to shudder. And actually, not even the rubble itself is hiding these creatures as they rise out of them, but rather the floors themselves almost become muddy. The stone becomes muddy, and they sort of pull themselves out through it as if they, stride through stone as well as anything else. These crab-like beings sprout many different legs that have tentacles on the ends of them and rush towards you guys with their mouths agape. I need your initiatives.
Oh my.
This is the worst thing I've ever seen.
Let's change the music.
I had numlock on, so you guys couldn't hear me.
Oh.
Yeah.
I do need a hop off because I've ran out of time.
Okay, that's fine. So,
You guys have fun with these monsters.
giraffe leads.
Seriously.
Your balance, your balance are 4, right?
Yes. Balanced correctly.
Awesome.
So yeah, giraffe.
Take care.
Got sick coming down the hill. Yeah, see ya, giraffe.
Bye.
Boom. There we go. And, well, not people. Right, so we're moving there. As they jump out from their hiding places, though, they seem to have gotten a good drop on you guys. Let's down the volume for this music a little bit there. There we go. As they do jump out, though, from the stones, they seem to drip with this acid from their larger maws that begins to sort of huck something up. Something begins to be vomited out from them, this congealed mass of stone and acid that regurgitates from them and hits in a burst against all of you guys. I need a reflex save for everyone. Gastrolith. And with that, 37, 25, 36, 35. The DC was 33. So 3 successes, only one failing is Yarmasir taking the full damage. These are rolled separately, but it's the same damage, so each of you takes some of the piercing and some of the acid. Yarmasir, the only one taking the full damage. Everyone else, click the halves on each of those. I wonder why on the stream it's showing like a little scroll bar for the chat there. That's strange, actually. Oh, it's because of the image being okay. That being said, as it bursts out, Hmm?
Go ahead. Sorry.
as it bursts out here, it will then sort of rush into the room, and that'll be its turn. The other one, not caring much that its ally ran in there, is also going to regurgitate a gastrolith. Same way against you guys, so I need a reflex save once again. Mm-hmm.
I'm only just now understanding that those things in the ability block are clickable.
Yep. You can click on those when I put them out to chat there, the reflex save. But, yeah, Parith, Kiba do fail. Yarmasiros to fails, Gaz succeeds. Take the appropriate damage there. Also, will make its rush into the group here. Like that, like that. And Kiba, over to you now.
Oh boy. Well, I guess I better get myself into a position where I can defend people better. So we'll do that. Actually, if I were to attack from here, that might be able to give. Okay, I'll just no, I'm gonna have to come here. I think it's in the way. All right, I come here with a movement. I get my song going. Just doing the basic version.
There's inspiration song.
And go for the strike.
Mm-hmm.
On Mr. Left.
You
Missing it just barely.
bounces off the side. Alright.
And that's it for me.
Get up there, just defend your allies. We're good to go.
Gaz is once again going to get everything into gear, hopefully.
Mm-hmm. With an overdrive, and this time you critically succeed. Everything is additionally powered in this fight.
That's good. Considering you're down one person.
Mm-hmm.
Everything veering up behind him, he will turn his attention to the baddie in front of him.
Okay.
Oh, that a baddie, all right.
That hits. And 24 damage there. Batters into them.
Yamo's here?
Yep.
As you batter them, it seems like their flesh crunches more easily than you might expect, the bludgeoning damage dealing extra damage because they're weak to it.
Oh, that's good to know.
Might they also be perhaps weak to poison? They are!
They actually
Oh
do.
my gosh.
Take poison damage, 18
Wow.
there. Add on to it.
As
MZ1.
a reaction to Gaz's attack.
Then Parith tries to spit some bile into them.
Does pierce.
Excuse
so
me.
this should be able to hit.
Definitely hits, actually.
Persistent acid damage.
Acid hits their bodies there. It's into them. Yes?
It's my final action. I will do a map attack.
Mm-hmm.
Does he have the poison like put on it yet? Can't tell. Quite tell.
It's on it. Or, sorry, the poison. Sorry, I was thinking about the acid. There we go. I've got it on now.
Wonderful.
And that hits as well, guys, because they've become clumsy from the poison, hitting their system almost immediately. 25 damage there.
Excellent.
And hurts them a lot more because of their weakness to bludgeoning. So, Yarmsir, over to you.
Yarmsir is going to start off by trying to recall knowledge on these things.
Mm-hmm.
I'm guessing occultism.
Yeah, it'll be occultism because they're some sort of otherworldly aberrations. And you have a beat on them almost instantly here. This is a critical success. These are Irgants. Irgants are these sort of aberrations that live within ruins and stony places and sort of hide within the stone itself, eating through it, and like rerouting explorers and all that stuff like that. But you're probably more interested in their other things. So what can I tell you for
Yeah.
2 here?
Any special abilities?
Special abilities. I've already seen them regurgitate. The only other thing is yeah, the only other thing is that they can cross stone and ignore
Oh.
difficult terrain because of the stones. Really simple enemies otherwise.
At the very least, that means they have no attack of opportunity. The other thing I'd like to know is their lowest saving throw.
Their lowest save is their fortitude save.
Oh,
Soft in
there it is,
tears.
baby. Alright, Yarmsir is going to then begin with a skunk bomb against this one.
Okay. Skunk bomb blasts into that one.
That's close enough for a reroll, right? To add
To the new one, yeah.
the new, yeah. Alright, gotcha. Nope, it's not to be.
Not there. At least still the splash applies, so put that out and put the effect of the bomb out as well. Roll the fortitude save, they get 1 degree of success higher because they're only in the splash. That may mean a critical success there, yes, it does.
Yeah, it's a critical success.
It's 3 splash damage
Shane?
to it.
Yarmsir is going to finish off by feeding another energy mutagen to Keba.
Alright.
This one is lightning, electric.
Mm-hmm.
Got it. Thanks.
That is granted to Kiba. His weapon surges with that electricity. Parent, over to you. A little bit sandwiched.
Yeah, he doesn't like that. He's going to stride
Mm-hmm.
over to here, and he is going to inhale a great gasp of breath.
Deep dragon breath. As this powerful blast of water pummels into them, crushing them under it. They're gonna make a reflex. 6 and 13. 1 fail, 1 success. Water batters them both. Even though this one succeeded, it's still weak to the damage, and this one is going to take a lot more too, hurting them a lot.
That's all 3 actions.
Mm-hmm. So, back to this one here. Oops, my focus. Hold on, give me a second, I need to turn down. There we go. This one here will, let's see, start by trying to, yeah, it does. They're going to try to trip Kiba here. Reflex check. One of them sort of sweeps at your legs there, trying to bring you down to the ground. 36 against your reflex DC of 31.
That hurts.
Throws you right to the floor. As you are thrown to the ground, one of its legs tries to stomp down at you with the agile trait, but misses. Goes for 1 more. 17 misses by 1. This champion's defenses are great. Just barely able to hold it back. Deals 8 damage here. This one is going to, though, find the opportunity to cut Kiba because of the prone condition. It will be hit, but not critically hit. 25.
Alright.
And I'm going to say all their attacks continue to go for Kiba, one rolling a natural 20 there as well for 46 more. Kiba's being pounded into the earth here. Rib breaks. You're really starting to hurt from these just massive strikes. Make sure to take that 46 damage from the critical strike there.
I see it now.
But that'll be their turns. Kiba, batter to the
There
ground.
was a persistent damage on the guy on the left I don't think was done.
I
Oh no, you did it.
I did it.
I don't think you rolled the recovery.
Didn't roll the recovery. Kiba.
All right, cool. I get up. All right. Wow. That was brutal. I think I'm gonna have to burn a self heal before my strike,
Alrighty.
unless somebody tells me not to. Nobody did burn in self heal.
Sure.
Yeah, we're all out of heals, I think, except for Gaz.
All right, I have just enough for one strike. So let's give it a shot.
It's a
Mm-hmm.
bad time to mention that battle medicine renders people immune for 1 day.
Yes, unless you have ward medic, or not ward medic, continual recovery. Opera's
I do have that.
Yeah, so then that's. Oh wait, no, it's battle medicine though. You're right. Yeah.
You
Treat
should be
wounds
a
system.
medic archetype
It's
to
just
be able
also
to do
coded
faster.
in.
Sorry, Kiba, that was not the one you were striking. It was the other one.
Left
set
guy?
out. Yeah, left guy.
Because he was more hurt. Everybody's around him. Yeah, focus fire.
Yep, probably smart.
Yeah.
Since they are
I can move him, but I'm not really sure I want.
succeeds, if it doesn't
two.
go up a stage. On the poison.
Yeah, I'll just leave him.
If you
put.
move, if you
can
move
I-
him, they'll be able to like. I'll be able to catch him in my splash with my boulders.
Move him toward the other guy.
Okay.
Move him toward the other guy.
Hook
That
them
works.
and push them aside.
Oh, that protects Parent too. That's good.
Mhm.
That was 3 actions.
All right. Yeah, not Aramis here, Gaz. Oh, and on Gaz's turn, this one does make its fortitude save for the poison. It is when it was applied, they do succeed. Poison goes away.
Dang.
Bummer.
It does mean the
Alrighty.
see also good.
He is very hurt. Not that I can't really do much about that currently, unfortunately. He'll do his best he can as he pummels the left of those thingies.
Okay. Missing by one now. Just not able to get the good hit into it.
I will actually hear about that.
Sure. Doing the dice still isn't enough. As you're not finding the opportunity here.
Well, two map attacks.
Hey, this third one hits. Pummel into it. One of them does finally find a weak point. This one's almost dead.
Great.
It's my turn.
All right. Yarmsir.
Yarmir does not make any weird noises in the background, and instead pulls out 2 boulders and launches them. Well, that sounds like a catapult, but he's just basically throwing these bombs of filled packing foam.
Yeah. The boulder seeds as they burst and expand into these rocks. 17 points of damage. This is bludgeoning though, and with the splash
Yep.
of the bludgeoning damage, it's gonna hurt them a lot. This is where alchemists are really good.
This is ridiculous. I love it.
Is it still alive?
Still alive.
All right. Well, I got a second one for it then.
Another bomb. Another burst of a boulder. Blasting them there. The boom. Add more bees. This one is
I'm
dead.
so happy about that.
And this one.
And,
Still.
yep.
It's a lot.
That's all the actions that he's got for his turn.
Okay. So as the bombs burst in the air and the red flag. No, never mind. Parenth, over to you.
Wow. I am going to cast a true target on the other one.
Okay. So all your allies basically have advantage, or which is called fortune, for these strikes. Next.
And this includes me.
Mm-hmm.
So
Stat extempore. There we go.
just gonna fire a rare frost at this guy.
Alrighty. Might need to do it manually because the extempore doesn't give
Keep
the.
higher, I imagine.
Or yeah, you can do the keep higher button. Lovely ray of frost does hit. Batters their 4 for 18. It's particularly susceptible.
That's the chance, guys. Hit it hard.
And with that, though, it's going to have its own chance to hit you guys. It is then, really doesn't like Yarmsir for that. Does it ever reach? No. Takes a step here. Tries to get past Kiba with its jaws against Yarmsir. Misses. Yarmsir finding a place to hide amongst the rubble there for both these strikes.
Especially good at that.
Batters into a barrel next to you, but just doesn't hit you yourself. Kiba.
Hmm.
Remember to keep higher on all of your guys' first attacks against it.
Can I get around? What speed? Do I speed 30 in this guy? 30.
Yeah, I think you're
I think I
30.
can do it.
Boots abounding. Fleet. Yep. Even in your heavy armor.
Yeah, I stuck. I'll kind of stack some things. I don't regret it.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm gonna get a couple strikes in.
Okay.
I'm not gonna bother with the song for this one.
Trying to slice true as you get behind it. Yarmsir distracting it from the front.
Ooh,
You
I like
get a
that.
hit.
Not one.
But just barely not a crit. Didn't
I'm
do your
so sad.
inspiration.
Remember that one time I'm like, I'm not gonna use my song.
Every +1 matters. Always does. 34 though. Very good damage dice there.
Well, yeah, maybe I'll end up hitting him twice, and then it's gonna be like, yeah,
True.
we'll try it. We'll try it.
But because of map, it's harder to hit twice, so it's better to try to get
I didn't
really
do
good
it.
hit first. But that is a miss there.
I would say it was worth a try, but yeah, we'll just move on to Gaz.
Stand in the light of the rays of, well, sunlight that come through the side there. Good a guess.
If I'm supposed to fire as many attacks off as I can, then I sure as hell will.
Ah. Are quickened for the turn. Okay. Oh, and do need to make it unstable, right?
Indeed.
Failure, but not critically.
No explosion. Thank goodness.
That's new.
I will step. And I will lay into this thing.
Alrighty.
Don't forget to use keep higher for your first attack.
I got.
Yeah, just roll another, and this will be considered the same attack. Yeah, so the hit is the hit. Over 22 damage there. Battering in.
All these hit by +9s are taunting me.
True.
I'm so sorry, everybody.
Bards are very powerful. Missing by
I'm a
one.
bad bard.
Yeah. This would have hit as well. This wouldn't have. Miss. Very much there. Clockwork races you forward, your punches are coming out faster. We're able to get one hit out of that, but then we go to Yarmsir.
Yarmsir looked one step away from hiding behind Kiva before realizing that he's already died around. Then he braces himself to take on this impromptu role of frontliner by pulling out 2 bombs, one a skunk bomb and one a bowler seed. He'll start with the skunk bomb so that he could get the advantage on it, the fortune on it.
Okay, it does hit.
Might as well roll again to see if you crit.
Yeah, to see if he crit, yeah.
No crit there. Just a hit. Gun bomb batters
fine.
into its side. 15.
For 50 damage. And we can see if
Hmm?
oh, my sample's gone. Oh, well, anyway, yeah.
There it is. All right. It's not DC 28, is it?
No, it's 33. I keep a sample
Still-
for
Hmm.
this.
Yeah, still failure though. It is actually sickened and slowed
While it's second.
while it is sickened.
And as promised, here's the boulder.
Natural 1.
Was it meant to be?
It just skids right by it and explodes on the other side of the room. That. Good apparent.
I'm gonna shoot a telekinetic projectile at it.
Sure.
'Cause I forgot that I had this.
You try to lift a boulder in the room to chuck at it. It fails to make the mark.
I don't accept this.
Alright. A hero point there. 2 on the dice is it's gonna skid right by. It's fighting for its life. Alright. Is that your turn? You have a single action thing?
Yeah, I don't. That's fine. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. So, back on its turn, it is starting to just regurgitate again. This time, it's just going to send it across the room so that it hits everybody back here. Yarmsir, Gaz, and Parenth. I need reflex saves once more. And remember, you can click the reflex save in this thing that I put out. It'll automatically tell us the comparison. Makes it a lot easier. 6 failure. Alright. Parenth will be succeeding. You take half. Gaz taking the half. And Yarmsir take a lot of it as it splatters over you.
Yep, it's 3 failures on these.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I could have just stayed put and blocked so much of that for you all.
Mm.
I'm gonna cry.
But that's all it can do while it's slowed like this. What was the slow from? Oh, the bottom, yeah.
Yeah,
Skunk bomb.
Alright, Kiva.
Alright, the very first thing I'm doing is Courageous Anthem.
Alright. Getting that back out. I'll apply it. There we go.
I'm gonna get a strike and then
Let's see if this
I'll
time
get one strike and then see what happens.
the +1 might matter this time. Let's see.
it might raise a
on.
-2 to a
8,
-1.
40.
There it
Yeah.
is. I jinxed
Click
it.
hero point. Activate hero point.
You said it. Last hero point as well. For the night. 7 on the dice.
Oh,
Does
well,
make it a
hits.
hit. For a total of 28. Very low at this point.
I'm gonna step in. Wait. He's already off guard. I don't need to step.
No, he isn't. He's
What?
sickened and slowed.
Yeah, he's only off guard because you're standing there
He's
in
off guard
flank.
because of me.
Hmm.
So if I step, then I can off guard for
Yes.
Gaz.
Guys, yeah.
That's me.
Alright. Yes.
Uh,
Can do.
same thing as before. More punching.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I see what I did. I was
Almost.
mistaking the
That's it?
slow for off guard.
Yeah. Another 22 again, though weakened by your punches. It's like a soft-shelled crab, essentially. Almost dead, but not dead yet. Go for another natural 20. It's gonna be dead.
If they taste like grub,
Want to find out?
Eldritch Horror Crab. As you slam another fist into it, this time right into the breakpoint in its shell, it sort of splits open, and its fleshy interior just rended asunder. It is dead. Yourselves
Like a-
60 experience points for a low.
Well, I guess cracking crab shells is almost the same as cracking rocks.
Seems like these don't have the same kind of precious innards as the rocks you're cracking open.
we're not eating these.
I don't know, you could give it a try. Crabs and lobsters and other shellfish were very sought after.
That's how you get some sort of
Numeria?
Not exactly Numeria in the little banquets I attended.
Also in Numeria?
Yes.
Well, shall we take another little break?
Certainly not going to be looking forward to limping my way through here.
Say another hour of Kiba restoring the focus points for the land hands and then distributing them would
Yeah,
suffice.
I'm good with that.
Yeah, sounds good. Ah, you're a lifesaver, Kiba.
Who needs a healer in a group, right?
Yeah.
Oh, so out of character for you players, I moved my experience log into the party journal instead of my personal journal, so you can actually see my XP log now.
There we go, nice. XP. But as you guys had the time to have a look around at least this building while you were resting, recuperating, it really is just an old ruined winery here. No loot, no items of interest, just disrepair.
We can leave it on
And
this
crabs.
side, guys. The crabs are not treasure.
Nothing on the crab, guys. Nothing much.
Shall we check through this wall here? There's this other building over here.
Yeah, that sounds like a good plan.
You heal this, Kiba. Don't forget to heal yourself.
Thank you.
Wait, is this hole in the wall, or is it just like
Yeah.
rubble?
It's all in one.
I was handling some administration tasks,
No, that's right.
so appreciate that. All right, I'm here.
Mm-hmm.
Check this out.
Take a gander.
You clamber your way through these breakages in the walls where there may have once been doorways, and you find yourselves in another section of the ruined winery here, this one seemingly where they crush the grapes. Though, as you guys have a look around here, nothing really stands out to you. There's no real threats in here, just another section of the place you don't find much of anything in, actually.
I'll get my die out there just in case.
Mm-hmm.
I have to go open the other door just for seeing the area sake.
Yep, just goes to the hill.
I guess we are going to have to go into that cavern after all if you want the information.
Nice. I'm somewhat excited about that for some reason. I think it's growing on me.
The caving experience?
Yeah, I remember when I used to be so upset about any time we had to go into any sort of cavern. Never really liked having things over my head like that.
Well, I guess this means I can invite you over to the tribe sometime. More
Oh.
comfortably.
Certainly, certainly. Why, I'll put on my best performances.
How are the suit scales doing? Are they doing okay?
I presume they're doing okay. We don't do the kingdom phase.
Thanks. No.
Golly.
You imagine, or you know, they're doing just fine without the kingdom phase to help them. But yeah. With that, yeah, you can't see too far into this cavern unless you, well, break through the bushes here.
Do so.
Keep it. Make your way inside, with the light guiding the way into an old decrepit, what seems to be tunnel. This tunnel built for what would be more storage, extra storage for casks and supplies and other things. See little like outlets, caverns, or rather diggings that well, would have contained more storage as well. Roll your perception checks.
Let's do it.
Or the searches that you get.
Trying to think so
I'd have
everybody
been-
can get in here.
I'd have mistaken this for a strip mining operation.
Yes,
Oh, I can see
Minecraft.
that.
This is the optimal Minecraft mining technique, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. Except you also go downwards.
Ah, yeah. But as you guys look through this place, guys, the only thing that strikes you over anybody else who really doesn't see anything of particular note is that this would be the perfect place for an ambush. You don't see an ambush, but it would be the perfect place for one.
Hey, this place would be perfect for an ambush, don't you agree?
So what, should we invite Iravetti?
Perhaps later.
We'll just have to stay on guard.
You know, it's really unnerving when you say stuff like that, Gaz.
It's just my intuition.
Let's move slowly and carefully. Make sure that we
intuition.
see everything as we go.
Mm-hmm.
My intuition says that there would be a great place for venomous creatures to hide out.
I could see that. Like snakes. Snakes love this sort of place, don't they?
Well, yes. We'd
And
dig them up in these
boars.
kind of holes to juice them.
These tunnels, they're long and straight. They'd be perfect for the charge of a boar.
Please, I don't need to have these kind of flashbacks in my life.
Worst
Yeah.
enemy of all. Boars.
We can handle dragons. It's the boars I'm afraid of.
Wait, why are we fighting dragons?
What? Well, okay, wyverns. Barrels.
You reach the end of these storage tunnels, but looking out ahead of yourselves, the light stretches out across what would be hundreds of feet of a singular long cavern that has been dug into the earth, going forward and forward. You think you see blue light at the end of that tunnel.
There's that light.
A couple
Well,
hundred
what
feet
do you
away.
know? It did connect back around.
I had a feeling.
We've got a long ways to go.
I see
It's
no
a
reason
dead
not to
feet.
investigate.
If you guys can wait 10 minutes.
Sure.
Why are you looking
I'm
to
in
do?
no rush.
I am going to get out the alarm spell. I'm
I
gonna
like
cast
that
it.
idea.
I'm gonna cast it in the passageway behind us.
Okay. Place that burst wherever you'd like to have it.
It has a DC 15 perception.
If they are... Wait, other optional automatic wakes you, and the bell allows each creature in the area to attempt to wake up.
Oh, never mind. I
To wake
just
up,
read
yeah.
the number.
So, the little glyph has been placed on the floor here. Will
It'll
alarm
be
you to
a
anybody's
mental
approach.
alert.
Mental alert, yes.
Yep.
Alright. So, Perth, place that down behind you, giving you some protection from ambushes, perhaps. You may proceed down this way here. You can move your tokens through this wall. Not really a wall, it's just like a representation of a long cavern ahead of you, but on the same map. The armor seer gets through. Everyone
I'm
else.
unable to move my token for some reason.
Same.
Try.
Nah, when
Oh.
I try to drag, I just make a
Oh,
box.
that is weird. It's
That
happening to me
works.
too.
Yeah, it does that sometimes for some reason.
Oh,
That
that's
seems to be fine now.
bugged as heck for me.
I
That's
wonder
weird.
if it's that alarm spell.
It's
Maybe I
interesting because it seems
refresh.
to happen at the same time for everyone.
Yeah,
Should
try
be
and
fine now.
refresh. May have been an alarm, but either way. As you guys get into this next room here, you find a beautiful scene. It ends at a large vaulted cavern filled with a crescent-shaped pool of softly rippling, crystal-clear water. The southeast arc of the pool cuts across the end of the passage, separating the tunnel from a cavern floor covered with softly writhing green mold and pale fungus, with a rickety-looking wooden bridge spanning the 15-foot gap. On the cavern floor itself, numerous large wine casks lie around a large central pool of glowing blue water. And along the ceiling, 30 feet above, what appear to be half-dozen pinpoints of light slowly wriggle and move, almost as if forming and reforming strange constellations in a false night sky.
Is the mold actually writhing, or is that like just a figurative description?
It's like a slight writhing. Nothing like
Ugh.
tentacles lashing out, you know.
What is that?
You don't sense any danger about it, Yarmasir. It just seems like a property of this place. The strange, well, enhancement of fungus in this pool, this dark pool down here, caused them to writhe a little bit.
Well, suppose I'll try the bridge. If I can cross it, any of you can.
Shall we ask Gaz? You, you're quite light on your feet in comparison.
Yes?
Well, if you'll invite me to do so, then I may as well. Guess we'll try to cross the bridge.
It's a bridge. Cross the
Seems safe
bridge.
enough.
As we cross,
I
Brent
must
is
say,
gonna
this is one of the bridges of all time.
look down into the water to kind of see how deep it is.
It's not too deep. It's about 10 feet down. More like 5, actually. It's crystal clear. See the whole, well, stonework underneath easily.
Is my detect magic detecting anything?
You do detect magic suffusing this cavern, but mostly coming from that glowing pool in the center here.
Well, there's definitely magic.
Indeed. What do you suppose this is?
How would I determine what this is?
Well, as you go up to look at it, something strange happens to the water. It warbles in a strange way, waves coming from nowhere, and a face sort of is rippled out from the water, still made of water. And you each hear within your minds, "Look out for him. He's here." For the face sort of collapses away. You hear this cackling. You know, you shouldn't be here, sort of echoes throughout the cavern. She's mine. I'm her protector. She's mine.
Brent is quick to look around for the source of this voice.
Who's here?
Sourceless
Show yourself.
echoes throughout the cavern. Who? I don't remember my name, but they did call me the gardener. I remember what I had to do. Protect her from them. They wanted to keep her for themselves, they wanted to hide her from me. But I found her, and she loved me. And she,
You don't even know who she is. Who are you talking about?
the Lady of the Water. She was the one who loved me, and they tried to take her away from me, to hide her from me. You're going to try the same. I'm not going to let it happen. Not going to let you hurt her like they did too. That
Nobody needs
king.
to hurt anybody.
You're just like that king. I see the crowns on your heads. I see the bangles of your station. You see, flitting out from the walls here, seems to be a ghoulish ghost of a gaunt face with these sickle-like fingers. Friends, help me, as you always have protected me. The motes in the ceiling begin to float down. They were not just merely motes, but rather will-o-wisps, ancient ones that seem to have been feeding upon the fear and hatred of this gardener, this ghost. Flutter down as well to defend their easy feeding. But at this point, we are going to end the session. As without Giraffe, I think you guys might have a difficult time in this fight.
Oh no.
Hmm.
Right on 9 o'clock on the dot, though. Not a bad time to end it.
I love will-o-wisps as a wizard. They're my favorite creatures in the game.
Well, in this fight, there's a non-will-o-wisp that you could deal with. But yeah, will-o-wisps do have the particular weaknesses to particular magical effects too. So, but hope you guys had a good time today.
For sure.
That's
Like,
interesting.
Blast.
Always.
Very curious to see what's going to happen here.
Mm-hmm. And those of you watching, thank you guys once again for watching. It's been a particularly hard few weeks for me because of ADHD medication shortages and just not being able to do it anymore. So somehow I'm still able to get my energy out of this because this gives me energy to run these games. I hope you guys noticed that there's barely any difference, but it's still been frustrating for other things. That being said, had a good time. And Kiba, you stream.
That's right. Hi there. I am Chris Kobold, player of Kiba, and I stream on Twitch at Captain_Kobold. Tuesdays and Wednesdays, 6 o'clock Central, doing retro and indie stuff. I took a week off to rest up, but I should be back in this week. So come stop by. It'll be fun.
And with that, thank you guys all for watching. If you like the maps, well, these maps are Paizo's maps. These are some of the good maps. Some of them I don't really like. But anyway, if you like extra maps, I have like 90 plus supplemental maps that are added to Kingmaker for all the other encounters that you need to use them for. Any of the sort of world encounters, all of that I have maps for. And also have remakes for some of this stuff, like Varnhold. Paizo didn't provide a Varnhold remake for all the encounters there, so my remake's still very useful for that. By the way, hope you guys enjoy. See you guys next time.
Have a good one.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.